With famous faces, Ivy League schools, and boatloads of money, we knew it wouldn't be long before this year's college admissions scandal was turned into a juicy Lifetime movie.
I know. The rip from the headlines drama premieres tomorrow. There goes an earring. And stars Penelope Ann as a mom who'll do anything to get her son into college. Take a look.
So what? Singer just hands the coaches a bag of cash and then they pick your kid? Whether or not your kid actually ever played that sport?
Well, there's Rick Singer's foundation, and that foundation is supposed to provide scholarships for underprivileged children.
But it doesn't.
Apparently not. The parents put money into that foundation, and then the foundation
Pays the bribes.
Are they bribes?
Yeah, they're kind of bribes. No, they're actually bribes.
Well, there's more, but it costs extra.
Ooh,
oh boy.
Penelope joins us now. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here. This already has so much buzz. The New Yorker is already saying it's very close to what really happened. It really nails it, is what they're saying. But this just happened, this story, in March. That's when it broke. How did you all get it done so fast? When did you start production?
We started the beginning of August. So they right when the story broke, I think, the writer and the producer, they knew each other, and they both went to Yale.
Really?
Yeah, and they're really good friends. Gail Katz is the producer, and Stephen Tolkien is the writer. And I'd worked with him before on the Joyce Mitchell story, the one that Patricia Arquette did as well.
Right.
Escape to Dannemora. Mine was called the Joyce Mitchell story from Lifetime, of course. You know, they have, and the thing is, there was already 2 other movies that were about to also go into production, so I think Lifetime, you know, got into it first.
But for you as an actress, how is that for you to have to just so quickly turn something around?
It was fast. It was a really fast shoot. And so, you know, I mean, and also headlines are still coming out and information, it's still coming out.
Yeah.
So, no, it's not over. But yeah, it was quite a whirlwind, I must say. Yeah.
So
and I broke my foot actually right before I got there.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So, and
that's fun.
My beautiful 18-year-old daughter came to help me. Yeah, she was like my glorified assistant.
That's good. On-the-job training for
her. Exactly.
So obviously this is based on a real scandal, but your character is a fictionalized character.
Yeah. I'm a fictional mom.
Yeah, fictional mom. So how does this character get kind of messed up in this whole scandal?
Well, oh wow, look, oh, there we are. Anyway, I am, well, I hire Rick Singer, who is the real person, as you may know, because he was indicted and he was wiretapped, and then he kind of outed a lot of these families. There's over apparently 700 families he's worked with. A lot of people don't know this.
It's outrageous.
So I listened to a podcast called Gangster Capitalism. Fascinating. You should definitely listen to it. It's really amazing. But so I just sort of listened to that, and there are a lot of real characters surrounding us, and so we're kind of a composite of many families, and it's really about sort of me hiring this man, Rick Singer, to help my son get into hopefully Stanford. And so I hire him legitimately, and I have friends who've hired Rick Singer legitimately.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So who he thought he could then certainly open this side door up option of guaranteeing your kid to get in is sort of part of what happens in this story. And there's another mom played by Mia Kirshner, and she's a single mother of 2 daughters. I'm married. I have a husband who's a lawyer, and we have 1 son. So we have 2 different stories going on. But Mark Rydell, the proctor, is a real character in the movie, and Maury Tobin, who was the dad from the private school, who actually exposed this, and he was being indicted for securities fraud. And in order to get a lesser sentence, he says, well, I have another story that you might be interested in, and perhaps I'll get a lesser sentence. And he outed a coach at Yale, and then everything led back to Rick Singer, who is the mastermind behind this whole scandal. So there's so much in this movie people don't know yet.
You do learn a lot about it.
And you are the expert on it, it sounds like. You know everything, Penelope. And you can just retain it all.
Right there.
Oh my.
What was it for you, the person Penelope, to process all this, since you knew people that were actually involved in this, and then to take on this role?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sensitive to obviously people that I know that are in the business and so on, and we really tried to steer clear of being the Hollywood moms.
Yeah.
We weren't portraying them at all. And so we just wanted to tell this story because personally I think this is a systemic problem that's happening in our college system.
Yeah.
I also see pressure and anxiety that children are having more than ever from my experience.
And they cover that really well in this.
Thank you. And I feel like it is something that it needed to be exposed. It's sad and heartbreaking for those people, but at the same time, I feel like maybe this is a watershed moment.
Yeah.
And maybe this is an opportunity to reconsider this whole broken system that needs to be fixed.
And I'm glad that they touched on nepotism and donations and things like that being
and kids who
close to
struggled
this.
really hard to get into schools.
Yeah.
And so it's hopefully a new conversation you can have with kids because it really affects the kids. I mean, the kids in a lot of ways I think are
That's the heartbreaking part. Well, you can catch the premiere of the college admissions scandal tomorrow at 8 p.m. on Lifetime. Penelope, thank you.
Thank you for having me.